reason why this podcast sucks and we have no fans is because Rick and damn Dupper talk way too goddamn much.
Hello there. Hi. How are you? Let's take warning. The podcast for all. Or none. For someone. I don't know. Fuck it. Weird intro. Presented to you today by Greg, Dupe, Josh, and Rick. How's everybody doing?
Good. Are we doing a sponsor this week?
Yeah, we're going to do a sponsor. I just wanted to know how you were doing.
Rick, I'm also good.
Josh?
Good here.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, Duper. Who are we not sponsored by?
Do you have an IQ score under 70? Is it hard for you to keep up in discussions? Are you so stupid you can't spell your last name? At idiotsonly.com, you don't have to be alone. We're a dating website designed to help you procreate or make babies do into Betty bad. You don't have to be stupid alone. Come join us at idiotsonly.com.
Very nice. Do they have a jingle for that site? Like the
I don't know.
farmersonly.com.
I would think so. It would be like idiotsonly.com. We're so stupid.
Dude, that would be the perfect website for me if I wasn't already married.
I heard that most of their customers come from Alabama, so that's cool.
What is with the hate with Alabama, Rick?
Fuck Alabama. Fucking retards. It's all good. So, Dupe, what'd you do this week?
This week has maybe been my least exciting week. I've done nothing. I don't think I played the Avengers game. I'm almost done with that. That's pretty exciting. Tried to buy a PS5, which we'll talk about more later on, and got my heart broken. So that's pretty much my entire week. Not much.
That's good. That's good. Gregory, what did you do? Let's catch up.
So it is fantastic for me because today starts my 3-week vacation from work. So right now, me and the missus are supposed to be on a cruise and then going to Disney World afterwards, but stupid COVID and stuff. But I have so much use leave at work that I had to take this time off. And I plan on doing nothing but probably gaining more weight and more chins. But yeah, and the only thing that sucked for me this week was I had to totally reboot and refresh my laptop, which sucked. So now I'm like starting off from like square one. But yeah, other than that's it, dude.
All right. Well, I know what the highlight of Josh and our week was, but Josh, what did we do this week? Why are we so tired?
I worked, but I'll let you explain all that since it's your show. But
I am super excited to hear about this.
We had to go fight fires, and but I'll let Rick explain that one. Other than that, I'm good.
I have to hear about this firefighting thing.
Yeah, dude.
Tell us about it before the show. I got to hear it.
So because of the myriad of fires in California, one of them, the Bobcat fire, actually started creeping up into the Antelope Valley where a lot of our family lives. We're on the far north side of that, 45 miles away. But we have a lot of family that are still up in the hills there. And the fire started creeping to the point where they're under evac orders or getting close to evac orders. The decision was made because we were so far away, we wanted to be ready. So Josh fueled up the truck and we went out there to help unload as much as we can, do whatever we could. Of course, evac orders and people that think about leaving generally don't do that until 10 o'clock at night. So we were out until like 3 a.m, just waiting for them to leave the house, which they wound up not doing. The wind shifted and the fires moved away. But we were like maybe a half a mile away from the fire line. And they talk about these big ass fires. That fire was huge. It also screwed us up though. Our sleep's been off all weekend, I'm sure. I don't know. I mean, I can't say hours. It's not like I was cuddling with Josh, but I'm assuming.
You don't have to lie to the two fans that are listening. We cuddle a little bit.
It's okay. But yeah, so we were trying to save lives. There was like a kennel that had 100 dogs that needed to be evac'd. And we were trying to help them out. And then they actually wound up getting some help. And like, there's just all these crazy stories of people that are trying to get all these people out of there. They've done a really good job of not losing too many things, but anybody that grew up out here, they know about Devil's Punch Bowl. That's a hiking area. The visitor center burnt down there. That's gone. Anything near the recreational area at Little Rock Dam is gone. Like, everything's gone. My favorite trail up there on Mount Islip, that's gone. It's just nuts, man. So it was good to try and go and help. If the winds stay the way they are, we're gonna be good. So that's what happened this week with us. But we're tired, man.
I don't know why you would be tired from that, Rick, because I remember there was a time you, myself, Greg, Lee, we all moved out here to Vegas, packed up that giant U-Haul, and from my memory, Rick, you didn't move a goddamn thing. You didn't lift a finger. So we're supposed to be under the impression that currently you would actually move stuff and lift things and actually, move it from one location to another location. What's the truth on that, Josh? Was he just standing by smoking cigarettes all the time?
And a cigar.
And a cigar. So he bought some really nice cigars, sat back, and watched everybody else move all these things in these while these fires were coming.
Yeah, he became supervisor and just sat there.
Dude, yeah. I was gonna say, because neither one of you are in peak physical condition to be putting out any fires. So I could see Rick maybe carrying paperwork, like a file folder of 5 pages of paper, and that's it.
Not large amounts of paperwork, because that shit gets heavy. You're talking about maybe 4 or 5 sheets of paper.
Yes.
Well, just so you know, we live in a digital age. So who's carrying paper first of all? So fuck that. I might be carrying a laptop. But no, we were there to just get people out. I didn't want anything to do with the fire. We actually were talking about it driving up. Like, do you remember when we used to drive into fires? The same conversation. But yeah, no, we were literally there to pack people up and get the fuck out. That was it.
So are you guys gonna get a medal or a sticker or a certificate of achievement?
I already got
something.
I already got a happy face bumper sticker.
Yeah.
So I had to go handle my dog from barking in the background. But did you tell him what we wound up doing until 3 a.m. waiting?
Okay, sitting around smoking cigars.
So yeah, we were gifted an amazing cigar, and yeah.
And then we had to do the straight Palmdale ritual and get Del Taco on the way home at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Give those guys the Medal of Freedom, man. You guys make me proud.
Hey, we're doing it for our country.
Thanks, Boo.
You know what? Now they get an American flag behind them on the screen, just like you, Greg.
America.
Oh, right hand.
All right.
Oh.
Greg, what advice would you give yourself 20 years ago?
Oh, man. Probably to watch my health and at least get rid of 3 of my old concussions. But on a serious note, I remember back in the military, dude, and you probably remember this, dude. Remember I know when I was first in, dude, some 18, 19-year-old punk, and all the old salts were like, dude, put money in TSP, put money in TSP. And I was like, fuck that. I was partying, drinking beer, fucking doing all that bullshit was my priority. And I never put money into my TSP. And dude, if I would have, I'd probably be a multi-millionaire by now. So that'd probably be the biggest point of advice I would give myself.
What the fuck is a TSP?
Thrift savings plan for military and federal employees.
Okay. Good to know.
Well, if you didn't spend all your money trying to build a race car, Greg, you would have been rich right now too.
I would. Yes, I did spend a lot of money to get a Nissan Sentra up to at least 56 horsepower, and that failed miserably.
You make fun of that car, but
yeah. But anyway, what would you do, Rick?
Me 20 years ago? Based on my crippling student loans, that's an easy answer, right? That would be the first thing. If you hear the name Sally Mae, you might not want to do that. Just make a different decision. Also, I would have tried to get into aerospace a lot sooner. I regret that I didn't do it until 10 years ago. I lost 10 years, man. I could be doing twice as much financially than I am now if I would have given myself that extra 10 years.
They wouldn't have taken you 10 years prior. Without a doubt.
Say what?
it is. They wouldn't have taken you at your current job 2 years prior.
That's kind of true. In 2000, no.
What was your advice, buddy?
So remember when me and you walked into AVC, the local college, and we were gonna enroll like right out of high school, and the line was too long, so we left and never went back. I would have told myself and you to stay in that line and enroll, at least start taking classes.
And that's and not just AVC, but like both of us, I don't think we achieved what we could have done academically. Because in high school, we were both in advanced classes. We did really good in high school. It just was always about applying ourselves, and that's just not feeling like there was opportunities for ourselves afterwards and not seeing those.
We were fucking lazy.
Yeah, it was laziness. And I think, on my end, it was just a lack of education about what resources were actually out there for me once I got out. I just felt like after I got out, there was no options for me, right? Besides, the debt that Rick put himself into.
Right.
Exactly.
So that was, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Dude, if I could go back, I would probably tell myself not to spend all 3 years of high school and summer school and actually try to enjoy it.
Well, that's longer than 20 years.
Well, 25 years, whatever.
If I can go back that far, yeah, I've got some decisions I gotta think about.
If I could go back 39 years, I'd just say, Mom, don't do it. Don't have this little bastard of a child.
Put a rubber on.
abort.
You gotta pull out.
My advice to young me would have been similar to all you guys. I would have stayed in the military. I don't think I appreciated what I had when I was in the military, and I didn't realize how fast 20 years actually come and go. I'd be at that retirement age today, and it would have been nice to be getting that supplemental income, and then starting my second career now. I was just so dead set on the fact that, I was drinking so hard, I was living so hard, that I wasn't going to make it past 30. So once I made it past 30, then I got serious. I was like, God damn, dude, I got to start saving money. I got to start preparing for retirement. But before that, I didn't think I was going to make it that far. I didn't think my life was going to last that long. So I would have said, dude, you're going to make it past 30. And I think I would have made better decisions. All that money I spent on alcohol, I would have probably invested in some kind of 401k, some kind of stock program, because I would be a fucking multimillionaire today.
It's funny that we all kind of go back to that. I want to know I want to talk to another 20-year-old right now, because I remember having the same mentality, like, fuck it, I'm not going to live 30 so old, dude. I'm not going to live past that. I'm just going to live for today. Durr. And then it happened, and you're like, oh shit, I'm 30 and I'm here. Like, you do live longer, son of a bitch.
Can you ask your son, Rick, and respond next week what he says?
I will. I'll get an answer from him.
He'll just tell you to fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck your dad. Children, that's our role, is to try to make it better for our children and to give them more guidance and kind of give them that retrospective that we didn't necessarily get from our parents growing up. So
yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm going to do. That's my advice I'd give me right now. So the Mandalorian. I don't know if you guys have been hearing about this. The star Pedro Pascal, he quit midway through the season while shooting season 2 of the Mandalorian. Have you guys heard about this, Josh?
Why did he quit?
That's the big secret. Nobody knows. Like, he just quit midway through the season. Nobody knows why.
I haven't heard anything about it.
But I mean, he's back, right? Because he's promoting it.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Like, there is a rumor that says he quit, and then I have heard that he's promoting it. It's a weird scenario.
But around the time that they were recording, there was also COVID. I mean, COVID was just starting up and everything. So maybe it had to do something related to COVID, or maybe he took some leave to take care of his family or something. But he would be a complete idiot to fucking walk away from like the biggest television show of 2020. Right. And then on top of that, dude, once Disney has you, you're fucked. I mean, dude, there's no way you could just simply walk out and quit. Like, Disney has you by the balls, literally, once you're doing anything with them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, it's not just 2020. That's the best and the biggest Star Wars anything that's come out in the last, 10, 15 years? So, like, it's huge. It's a multi-billion-dollar show now. So the dude's not walking away from that. I can't see it. That would be, I mean, seriously, that's like what's his name? Terrence Howard walking away from Iron Man. Like, come on, dude. That's not gonna happen.
It's the
Yeah, I
only
agree.
it's the only thing that brought Star Wars back to the forefront. Like the movies that they came out with, they weren't necessarily the best. And then it doesn't even matter which end of the spectrum you're on. You either hated 2 or you love 3 or vice versa, right? So there is so much backlash against the new Star Wars movies and then the spin-offs as well. Besides Rogue One, I think was pretty universal.
It was great.
Happy,
It was great.
happy with it. But this was the thing that brought people back into Star Wars. Without this, I think Star Wars is actually on the edge of just being scrapped for the next 5 to 10 years and then them bringing it back again. This brought it back to the forefront, and it's important that this is a successful show.
Yeah. But I mean, the cool thing is, even if he walked away, it doesn't matter because you don't see his face often, and they can easily write out like why his face is now different or scarred or whatever. And his voice is it's electronic through the helmet. So I mean, whatever, dude. You're just losing out on a shit ton of money if you did this, for creative differences or some bullshit.
That is so true because, like, with the Mandalorian, that is the easiest position on that show to probably replace. I mean, well, one of them, because you also have the robots, right, which are super easy to replace. But you can just find a voice actor that sounds like them, and then you can put anybody in that suit.
Yeah,
I mean, Disney, I'm available.
Seriously,
we're
Disney,
available.
I'll start running right now,
dude. Have you guys ever heard of the 501st? The 501st Legion?
Yeah. The guys that have like no lives, so they dress up like stormtroopers and go everywhere.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's not just that. They actually go to like they actually, make their own costumes to look like stormtroopers, and they have to be like realistic and everything else. But they also do a whole bunch of charity stuff. Like they go to like children's hospitals and things like that. So it's not just a whole bunch of nerdy cosplay, even though that is a big part of it. But I was surprised at this. But dude, they actually used the 501st as extras when they filmed season 1 of Mandalorian.
Oh, really?
Which when you're like a big ass Star Wars fan, like those guys, like how awesome is that to wear your own armor and be on the actual show?
So you dedicate your entire life to making these shitty uniforms, and you dedicate the time to break in, so then you can be a free, unpaid extra on a TV show, and then you can say, "Oh, I think that was me, but I'm not quite sure because I was also in the same uniform that Timmy was in." But I'm pretty sure that was me in that show.
Dude, so what would you do to be on The Mandalorian? You just said you're available. So you're telling me if Disney came to you right now and they were like, hey, we're going to put you in one of these quote unquote shitty uniforms, you're telling me you wouldn't take it?
Is it a paid gig or is it an unpaid gig?
Does it matter?
It does. If it's an unpaid gig, because I mean, you can go. Rick and Josh live near LA, right? They know people in the industry. They could be an extra in a TV show. They haven't done it because there's no incentive really.
They're too fat and ugly.
They're bullshit. They like my sexy ass. I'll tell you that right now.
Fucker.
They need fat and ugly to be in the background, so then the stars look better.
So, Greg, there's a chance for all of us in the industry. I mean, whatever.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
No, you got too many chins.
Well, dude, people need chins. Yeah. Total Recall.
Bring in the other Jabba.
All right. Awesome. So you guys have anything else to add on that?
No.
All right. Here we go.
It's that time of the show where the weird, feared, and even revered all appear. It's time to Ask the Beard.
All right, everybody. This is part of the show where we ask the all-knowing and all-knowledgeable Josh, a.k.a. The Beard, intellectual questions for our own understanding and growth. So, Josh, is The Beard ready?
It is.
So, my first question for The Beard, and I know we're going to talk about this later, but what in the world do we have to do in order to be able to pre-order a PS5?
You have to have family or friends that work for IGN like Dupper.
I don't know if you understand this, but IGN is not a supplier.
But they're the insider, man. They can hook us up with stuff. I still got a fanny pack, Dupper.
Walmart did not know. We'll get more into it later on, but Walmart didn't know when the pre-orders were going to happen. You think IGN knew that?
Fuck yeah, they did.
They know everything. Yeah.
All right. Who closes the bus door once the bus driver gets off the bus?
So everybody in the bus industry is going to be a little mad at me for giving out their secret, but they have little fairies that live under the driver's seat.
Uh-huh.
And when the bus driver walks out, he says the magic code, which I will not disclose. And the fairies come out, shut the door, go back to the seat.
I did not know it. I had noted, like, I was just asking a question. I didn't know that there's such a big scandal around this.
Yeah, I mean, where do they get the fairies from? Do they live? Do you have to feed them?
I can't give out that information.
I'm so curious. Is there something more to this fairy thing that we don't know about?
Are they hot fairies, fat fairies?
I can't give out the information.
How tall are they?
They're
They
live under the seat and you can't see them, so I mean, I would imagine that they're very small.
Yeah, but a homeless man can live under a seat on a bus too, so that's why I'm curious.
I remember that time of your life, Rick. I remember when you lived under that school bus.
I'm telling you from history. I'm telling you.
I remember that. That was a while. Yeah. You got a question, Rick?
Yeah, man. How do you know what is real?
How do you know what is real, huh? If you can touch it, it's real.
But what about fake boobs?
If you can touch them, they're real.
Okay, so no matter what, they're real.
Yes.
All right. Yay, boobies.
So I have a follow-up question to that. So, Josh.
Yeah, dude.
Are ghosts considered real people?
If you can touch them.
Well, what if you think you touched a ghost, but you're unsure?
Hold on a second. Demi Moore did touch Patrick Swayze. So that was in the movie Ghost. It makes him real?
Could be.
They made pottery.
They did. And they had that shitty love song in the background, you know?
Show me where
I don't even remember what song it was.
Greg, where did you touch the ghost on this doll?
Well, I mean, does it have chins? Because I would start there first.
Right here. So that's where you touched the ghost.
Yes, and then I work my way down.
All right. Cool. Does unexpected make the unexpected be expected?
You broke up for half that question.
Yeah, you broke up really bad.
Does expecting the unexpected make the unexpected the expected?
It's a tough question there. I expect it to be right. I don't know.
I don't even know what that question is, too. Like, I'm trying to track it. I'm like, what the fuck did he just say? So John, don't feel bad.
So who was pregnant?
So, does expecting the unexpected make the unexpected the expected?
No, because you're God damn it, you're expecting the unexpected, so you're waiting for the unexpected to happen.
I mean,
so now it's expected.
Oh.
So basically, when Dupper gets pregnant, he has a baby 4 months later. Is that what you just said?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Because he was expecting it to be 4 months instead of 9.
Yes. I'm surprised at how much this question has stumped everybody on this show. Like, it's just any momentum that the show had going, it just came and stopped.
We are not smart people, so you can't ask smart questions.
Okay, so let me dumb it down a little bit. Okay, let me ask you.
You need to go back to like what sound does a train make? Like
Dupper.
Beep, beep.
Dupper, I'm just proud that you were able to say that sentence correctly twice in a row. Like, that's amazing, dude. Good job.
I got a website for you at the top of the hour.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
I only wanted to ask you 2 questions in the segment. So my second one I scrubbed because I didn't like the wording after what Dupper just did right now. So I'm going to ask you something basic. What is infinity?
Infinity times infinity?
Is it measurable?
It is. If you got a big enough calculator.
So the calculator's got to be really big.
It's got to be giant.
Like 5 feet wide, 10 feet tall, or
I'm thinking like quarter mile long, and you got little people just running back and forth typing in numbers.
There's a lot
the
of
same
little
ferries
people
from the buses, or
What?
is it the same ferries from the buses?
I can't disclose that information.
Okay, well, I
So, Josh, you only live your life a quarter mile at a time?
Damn right. Winning's winning.
So, I was going to ask a question like Rick, but my final question for you, Josh, is what sound does a cow make?
Oink, oink.
All right, thank you, Beard. I appreciate it.
Does Lightning McQueen buy car insurance or life insurance?
Oh, that's a good one.
Life insurance.
Does Lightning
Why not car
McQueen...
insurance? So it's a car, right?
He is a car, but with life insurance, you get fucked up.
You know what? He bundles it.
Have you bought one you saved? I like that. If Cinderella's shoe fit perfectly, why did it fall off?
Because she wasn't wearing socks.
I don't think you wear socks with heels like that.
So here's what I'm thinking. That's a glass slipper, right? That means your feet are going to get sweaty as fuck.
I was gonna say it's slippery as shit.
I would imagine it's slippery. I've never worn too much glass on my feet, so I don't know how sweaty it would get.
I'm sweating just thinking about it right now.
I got one more. If I fail but succeed, which one did I do?
Dupper, because it's you failed.
Damn, this doesn't seem fair.
Haha, you suck.
All right, that's Ask the Beard. I appreciate the insight.
Woo!
I think we all learned a couple of things. I'm not quite sure what they were, but
Oink, oink.
something. Yeah, that's. What sound does an owl make? Oh! Not hoot hoot. All right.
Like, this just evolved into people making animal sounds. Like,
It just became Animal Farm. So, Rick, you're Mr. Aerospace, and you're on to everything SpaceX. They're saying that they found signs of life on Venus.
yeah, man.
It has to be feminine, right? Because men are from Mars and women are from Venus.
I assume that is probably true. As we've learned in the last 50 years, they're kind of the superior race because they dangle it all over us.
Are they a different race than us, females? Explain that to me, Rick.
Well, because they have food, they're a different race now. They're not even human.
So that makes them
Is it
because according to what we were talking about earlier before the podcast, that they have less intelligence than men?
Wait, did you say that?
No, you said that, remember?
Oh, bullshit. Here we go.
So, talking about how the reason why we don't have any females on the podcast, because I was saying we should have some females on the podcast. You said it because they don't have the intellectual ability to compete with us.
So the beginning of this podcast, I was talking about how I don't want to piss off my wife talking about the Supreme Court justice because she is stronger than me and also smarter. That's actually what I said. So fuck you, Rachel. I hope you hear this.
Did you just say fuck you, Rachel?
I
want to make that into a soundbite.
Dude, look how, okay, I know on the audio version you guys can't see this, but on the video, look how red Rick's face is right now.
I am not red.
Fuck, dude.
No way.
Rick, I'm sorry. Like, I'm an investigative journalist, and what I do is I reveal the truth. So I apologize that I've ambushed you a bit on this show, but it is what it is. I think the truth needs to be out there about you.
What a dick.
Rick hates women.
You give me no chance to mount any defense to this.
We had time to respond. I'm just moving on because I don't feel like you have anything else to add to this. I don't want it to just be that air.
No. I will get you back. Don't worry. Anyway, we are going back. We're going back on a grant for like 100 million extra bucks to send something there because they think there's life there. That was the topic, you asshole.
But we can't talk about space without asking if there's life on Uranus.
That's the next spot. That's where we're going.
Yeah. So
In Uranus?
that's Greg. So how is it possible that in this age of science, somehow we knew men were from Mars and women were from Venus so many years ago, just from bullshitting around? How is that even possible? How did we know that?
So we didn't until Area 51, or actually Roswell, New Mexico. So at the time, your grandpa was there, wasn't he, Dupper? At Roswell, New Mexico, when the aliens, crashed their whatever it was, their spacecraft in the middle of the desert. And then I remember Rick's great grandpa was there too, and I think he was talking about how much he hated woman aliens, which is to Rick. So Rick, you want to tell us more about how your great grandpa hated women and female aliens?
Man,
He's right
I
ready.
love how just yesterday I was Rick the feminist, and now I'm.
I feel like, that's because we were mocking you because of your hatred of the female species according to you, because that's how this whole thing started.
I mean,
so is it genetic?
I've never had a
to
bad
think
sandwich,
that women are
so I don't know what
inferior
you're
to
talking
men, or is it just kind of something
Oh shit. I just want to make it known that my wife, I love her so much. You were the greatest thing that ever happened to me, and I appreciate it. Unlike how Rick treats his wife. So I would just say on behalf of the podcast, Rick's wife, we love you, and
we're sorry.
We're sorry you have to live with this.
And
I know who Rick is and how
this started yesterday, right? We get she for 2 weeks she had to deal with me with my bad tooth, and I felt so bad. This was Friday. I took her out and I bought her a goddamn Nespresso machine, like the craziest espresso machine, to say sorry.
Because she doesn't make enough money to make you buy your own. Is that why?
No, I bought.
You had to decide which espresso machine she needed. She couldn't decide which one she wanted. You had to go out and determine which one she should have.
I'm going to use my debit card, not yours.
So wait. Did you also buy that machine for her because you wanted espressos?
No,
you're just saying it's for her.
And then he unboxed it, got it home, and said, "Rachel, make me a goddamn espresso."
I wish.
He said, "Ma'am, I don't want to go to Starbucks anymore, and so I feel like I have a barista right here in the house. Get your ass in the kitchen." Is that how?
Dupe, why do you gotta call that out? I mean, the apron's on order. I don't want to tell her.
Man, so I mean, I feel like.
All right, let's bail Rick out here. So, Rick, what happened this week with the PlayStation 5?
Well, the PlayStation 5 finally had an announcement. That's what happened this week because they were 2 weeks behind on Xbox. It's coming out November 12th. They released the prices. Of course, they do this whole like hour-long, exciting like promo for it. Like, dude, it's coming. It's going to be great. You see all the games. You're like, oh my God, I'm so amped. I want to pre-order it. It comes out. Price point is right there with Xbox. It's a little bit more for their digital version. $4.99 for the disc version, $3.99 digital. I know we talked about this a few pods back. So everybody's super excited. We're like, fuck yeah, dude. The only thing they didn't tell you is what day the pre-order started. So you can be ready and you can get it going, do whatever you have to do. So what happens is they send a tweet out saying, hey, select retailers are going to have it available for pre-order tomorrow in 24 hours. You're like, great, man. That's cool. At least we're going to be prepared for it. We don't know what retailers. Within an hour of that, apparently Walmart just says, fuck it, and puts their shit up for pre-sale. Just like that. So then you get Target, and they're like, I'm going to put my shit up for pre-order. And they're selling out like instantly, right? It goes all the way down through Best Buy, Amazon. Now it's impossible to find them. The pre-orders are sold out before anybody even really had a chance because a lot of this is like scalpers and shit.
It's a Chinese bots.
Yeah, like no joke. They're on eBay right now. You can buy a pre-order off of another person for $1,000 right now. Like that's what fucking happened. So I loved PlayStation, but fuck you guys, man. What the fuck was that? I don't know. Dupe.
So I get a question. So if you did get one of these PlayStation 5s, would you let your wife play it or no?
Sit with me. It'd be good. She can sit with me for a while.
Can
Nice.
can women play video games at the same level as men?
Absolutely. If it's Tetris.
See, he digs himself to his own hole. Like,
Well,
give him an
I'm
out.
just gonna ride the wave. I don't know. I don't have any choice.
Hey, Rachel, anytime you want to actually take over Rick's position on the podcast, let us know. You're more than welcome on the podcast. We will also love to play PlayStation 5 2 years from now when we're actually able to get one. So just putting that out there, buddy.
So, and then also, Rachel, we did try to record a segment with you. Remember, Greg? And then what did Rick do the entire time? He talked over her the entire time so we couldn't use any of the audio. Just like the sexist pig that he is. I love you, Rick. So
I'm not even gonna argue any of this. I don't even care. It's great. I think it's great.
PS5. I'm still gonna try to get a PS5. PlayStation came out and they said that they're gonna release more units. So I'm still going PS5. I'm still trying to get the digital edition. The no disc drive. I don't need the drive version, right? I've gone pretty much digital with everything I own. So I'm trying. I'm gonna keep trying. I think the Xbox is intriguing because they have such a huge backlog of all their games that they're making available, which is amazing for that all access plan. It's interesting because like I already have a PlayStation 2, 3, and a 4. So I have all the games and I can play any of the games I currently want on the PlayStations. I don't know. Xbox kind of has me intrigued because now I can buy the Xbox and then I can just play all of their old Xbox games too. It opens so many more games up for me. So
yeah, not to mention like the other thing that I really like with the Xbox that they did is they made it to where you can play it on your phone and you can play it on your laptop. You could take it with you anywhere. You don't have to have the console with you. So that's pretty interesting, and it's all included in that service that service you're talking about.
And PlayStation, the only thing they're going to be backwards compatible for is PS4. Any other PlayStation, it won't play backward compatibility. Yeah. But PlayStation does have a service similar to Xbox called PS Now. So a lot of their old games are on that library anyway. But yeah, man, I think Xbox definitely is intriguing right now. I think that because of the way Sony fumbled their launch with PS5, I think it's definitely going to give a slight advantage to Microsoft because they're actually doing the right thing about it. But I guess time will tell.
And, I mean, you can critique PlayStation all you want, but they sold out.
Well, the PlayStation did come out and say that they're going to do a more organized pre-order coming up, and they're going to release more pre-orders for people to use. The other thing that I was kind of irritated with is like, if you know that you have a scalping problem, why aren't you doing this smarter? Like it's modern times, man. You can say, okay, one per Xbox or PlayStation account. Like you actually have to put your account information in to pre-order it, so you only get one, and that's it. Like, why didn't you do that? Instead, you just open it up and it turns into this nonsense.
What if you don't have an account yet? What if you're like the grandma buying one for your kid?
You create an account, you get one. But I mean, it takes a lot.
You better get your grandson's account so then you can sign in and buy that device. Because that's kind of what it sounded like they were doing at the beginning, right? Because they had you sign up for that email about pre-orders. And then it sounded like, okay, we're going to take care of our loyal customers first. And then we'll move on to the open market after that. And I thought that was a phenomenal idea because that was cutting off that eBay market. That was cutting off that secondary market, which gets flooded.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say it just pisses me off that, and I think everybody on this show's in the same boat. Like, I think all of us, we all signed up for that email, but then we get ignored on the day that they do pre-orders. So it's kind of like, well, why the fuck did you get me excited about signing up? And I know that they said it's for a potential select few, but I mean, they let a lot of people on to thinking like, oh, they're gonna get with me first because I'm a loyal customer, and then yet they said, nope, fuck you, we're just gonna go and do a free for all.
That's what I want to know. What is loyal to them? I mean, Dupe, you just said it. You have every system. I've had every PlayStation system. I put all my money into that. I actually go to digital because then I know that I'm giving it straight back to Sony and their publishers, and I'm not paying a retailer for it a lot of the times. I'm trying to do things to be a loyal customer. It's like I'm consistently paying for PlayStation Plus. I mean, that's 20 fucking years, 25 years, right? Since PlayStation came out. That's not loyal enough to get a pre-order code. Like I don't understand what their criteria was. Do I have to spend a shit ton of money with them to get that code? It didn't make sense to me how they did it. I think they really screwed the pooch on their rollout on this, and that's actually pushing me. Like the Xbox pre-order is in 2 days as of this recording. I'm going for it, I think. And if I get it, then I'm going to wait on the PlayStation for at least a year or so, like at least, if I even get it. I don't know, because that Xbox is badass. Oh, by the way, did you guys look at the measurements of the fucking PlayStation versus the Xbox? The Xbox stands 11 inches tall. The PlayStation is 15 and a half inches tall. It's a 16-inch goddamn unit, and it goes back 12 inches deep. It's huge. So that was the other thing. I was like, God damn.
Like, you don't see that necessarily with that. Wow. Because the Xbox looks big and bulky because it's just a big box and it's ugly. The PlayStation at least has some nice design to it, but I didn't realize it was so big.
Dude, it's massive. It's the biggest and they actually said measurements wise, it's the largest console to come out ever. It's just
at that
huge.
point, why don't we just buy PCs and play PC gaming?
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. And it doesn't make sense that you would have such a large unit when Xbox can put in and they truly do have a more powerful system that they put together, at least hardware wise. And it's in such a small compact unit compared to what they did. And they built like basically a PC tower. And I mean, like, I don't get it, dude. I'm a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie.
Josh, do you have any thoughts on this?
I'm not as crazy about video games as you guys are. I've probably played my PS4 for like 2 hours in the last year, but I'll eventually get one. But I'm not gonna be sitting there rushing, waiting in line on online, waiting for the countdown, and I'll get one.
I'm a lot like you because the last game I played before this Avengers game was Spider-Man. And so that tells me every 2 years I actually play a game. And the only reason why I'm playing this game is so I can get to the end so then I can play it online with my son who lives, not in my house.
Right.
So I'm a lot like you with the video games. I'm not really as much of a gamer as Rick and Greg are, but I'm very competitive. I felt like I had to try to buy the PlayStation 5 just so I could say I had it, and they did not. And I'm going to do the same thing with the Xbox. Because I'm just competitive. Like I did the same thing with the Switch. Like I bought the Switch because they had Mario Kart, right? And then I've not played that thing in a year and a half, 2 years. And I bought it just because it was hard to buy. And I just wanted to buy it because it was difficult to get.
I'm not gonna lie. That's why I got the Switch too for Sam, and she didn't even touch it until that game Animal Crossing came out. I mean, we had it for over a year. Nobody touched the Switch. It's Nintendo, dude. Whatever.
Dude, it's the same way for me. And there is quite an adrenaline rush. I mean, it's the same thing for gamblers, right? Like they gotta try, and it sucks that, we live in a world where, we feel that we must get the latest and greatest thing, even though we may not necessarily use it. But yeah, I'm just like you. Nintendo Switch, I bought it for Zelda, and I beat Zelda, and then I pretty much haven't used it since.
I just looked up the measurements because I wanted to see how right I was or how close I got just off the top of my head. It's 15.4 inches tall, 10.24 inches deep, and 4 inches wide. That's for the PlayStation. The Xbox is only 11.85 inches tall. It's 6 inches, not even 6 inches deep. It's a little bit under that. And 6 inches wide.
So Rick, is that for the Xbox Series X or S?
That's the Series X. That's the bigger one.
See, now I don't even know where I put that, like on my entertainment console, because you don't want to put that on the carpet because then overheating issues, and you don't now want to put that on your entertainment console because now it's going to be blocking the TV because they're supposed to sit
massive,
vertical. So I don't think that they're really thinking out these designs very well with these devices.
Yeah, I mean, they did so good with the PlayStation 4, right? It came out, it was streamlined, it was perfect. Price point was on point. Everything was great about the PS4. They didn't have any launch problems. And then they do this, and it's just like, what the fuck is happening to you, Sony? Like, what did you guys do?
PS3 when they made that price point so high that nobody could afford them.
Yeah, and I don't get why the systems have to be so large, especially the digital only ones. You know, like I get it, processing chips and cooling units and things like that obviously need to fit, but there's so much that they can do with graphics cards and processors and everything else that why does a digital version need to be that large? You know?
Right.
Not in today's day and age, right? Like we have cell phones that can do what supercomputers did many years ago. It is baffling to me as well.
Yeah.
Odd.
So, well, sorry, Sony. You might be losing customers, man, which is crazy. But
I'm still gonna try to buy both.
No,
of them.
I'll still get one, but
eventually, just not right out the hole.
It's weird. Like Josh and I don't even play video games that much, and we're like, well, we're still gonna buy one.
Yeah, you gotta have it. Well, just like you, Dupper, I have all 4 PlayStations at my house.
Yeah. I have them hooked up.
No, I don't even have them hooked up, but
I wish I had time to play them. I just don't. Some stupid ass podcast that we're doing.
Right.
Roy Jones Jr. says he made a mistake by agreeing to fight with Mike Tyson. Josh, you gonna get in the ring with Mike Tyson?
It depends on how much money it is.
There is a dollar amount to get you in the ring with him.
To get me, okay. So how long would I have to be in the ring with him until he knocks me out, or is there like 2 rounds?
Yeah, you gotta. It doesn't matter how long the fight is. You got to put up a legit fight, though. Like if the judges sit there and they see that you just went down to the mat, they're not going to pay you out, right? But if they see you go in full blown, you're going to try to fight this dude. Would you do it?
Oh yeah, dude, like 10 mil.
Yeah, I mean, Roy Jones Jr. was a bad motherfucker. Greg, I mean, for him to have some second doubts about Mike Tyson, that just tells you how intimidating that dude is, how scary he is.
Well, I think everybody who's ever stepped into the ring or about to step in the ring, except for maybe Evander Holyfield, has had that fear about Mike Tyson. But dude, these guys are so old, man, that it's not even going to go past round 1, round 2.
Have you seen those videos recently of Mike Tyson?
Yeah, but dude, they're like a minute or 2 long clips, dude. They're not like actual rounds. You know, anybody can kick ass for a couple minutes.
Not me.
Tyson today could whoop your ass in your prime. He could whoop all 4 of our asses in our primes. If Josh and Rick ever had a prime.
I never did.
At the same time.
I had a prime. I had a prime once.
I had a prime time earlier.
Here's the thing. Like, I agree. Tyson will fuck a man up. But Tyson, even in his prime, he didn't last very long, right? He didn't have he was like I got to get in there, I got to get it out 2 rounds tops because otherwise I'm tired. So
it wasn't about him being. He was that powerful. He didn't have to go longer than that because he would just knock your ass the fuck out.
And then when he actually got held to a long bout, he was losing. That's the point.
Yeah, right. Well, because he never had the condition for that. I mean, if your entire life is to condition and you're going to knock him out in the first 3 rounds, I mean, you never actually had the condition beyond that. You never had the practice for that.
Right.
Well, dude, it's just like even on Mike Tyson's Punch Out on the Nintendo. I mean, he only did like the 1 punch knockouts like the first minute of the round, and then after that, you can actually fight him.
But I mean, he's exactly the opposite of what Mayweather was. Mayweather was a distance fighter, right? He's going to go to distance. You're going to fight the whole fight, and that's what made him so amazing and so great. Tyson was the opposite. Tyson was going to come and he was just so powerful that he can knock you out in that first round. He's a beast, man. I don't think I would fight him. Rick, what would it cost to get you in the ring with your wife today?
Right now? Well, it depends. Did we piss her off with your bullshit over this shit, or did we or is this just like when she's just mad at me because I didn't do
No, what we're gonna do is we're gonna air this podcast, and then she's gonna get in the ring with you.
Well, no, because she's gonna know it's like a load of bullshit. But you got to actually get her. You got to get her right, primed, right? Like she needs to walk into a random conversation where we make an inappropriate joke or something, and then she'll be like, "All right, I'm gonna fuck some shit up." So do we get her that angry, or do we get her angry like she comes home from a long day of work and for whatever reason I didn't have dinner ready or something like that? Like,
I like how you say you need to prime her up like she's some piece of equipment,
like
and not a human being.
She cannot amp herself up. She needs a man to help her get ready for something of this kind of.
Well, yes. Yeah.
Just like yes, that's true.
Dude, like,
anyways, I would not get in the ring with my wife. She would fuck me up.
Dude, like 6 weeks from now, when she actually listens to this, you're fucked.
I know. It's gonna be right around Christmas time when she actually listens, and I'll be like burning my Christmas presents and. course.
Christmas time.
Oh,
Like you let her buy any of the Christmas presents. Come on, Rick. You don't give her the debit card around that time of the year, do you?
no, we share the same debit card.
You take it away from you.
Can't take it
Obviously,
away.
you're a woman. I can't trust you with the shopping cart, so you got to give that to me during the holidays, ma'am.
Shit.
Stupid.
All right, so you guys want to hear some fun stuff? My Lakers, unlike the Knights and what's Greg's team? I know it's a hockey
The
team.
Avalanche.
The Avalanche, thank you. With that other one, we're actually in the Western Conference Finals. I'm plowing through so far. Yeah, we've had one game so far. I don't really want to project or talk about like where we're at with it, but we've done really well against the Denver Nuggets. Either way, the conference finals are here. So we've got the Lakers and the Nuggets, and then we've got the Heat and the Celtics. And the Celtics do not look like they're ready to take that next step. I know you guys have been so focused on hockey, but does anybody have a pick right now for these conference finals?
So where are the Harlem Globetrotters?
They fell out in the second round.
I'm still rooting for Air Bud's team. What was his team?
Air Bud was there. Yeah.
Well, whoever Air Bud is rooting for, I got his back.
Oh, well, he's a big LeBron fan, so that totally makes sense.
Oh, never mind then. I cannot root for Air Bud anymore. Sorry, Air Bud.
That worked.
And the NBA was still playing games, so
I know you guys got really lost in that Canadian bubble. Welcome back to America. We have basketball.
Now it's just like depressing. It's like, nobody cares about NBA playoffs. Just want. No one cares about NHL.
I think
I am in a depressing bubble right now when it comes to sports because once the Knights got knocked out, especially being the favorite because we were the favorite left in the finals or in the playoffs. So it's really disappointing to see my team go out like that. And then the way that we went out with Fleury not getting any ice time, it was frustrating. So it's kind of like if your Lakers were playing without LeBron and you guys went out.
No, I understand your emotions, and I know you haven't been paying attention. So I'm just here to give you guys that quick update on where we're at. It's going to be fun. I think a week from now we're going to know what the championship's looking like for the NBA.
NBA, I think I'm rooting for Miami because it would be fun to see Spoelstra get his justice against LeBron because his titles right now, we would just say Wade and LeBron won those for him, right? So if he was able to get a title without, one of those two big guys or Bosch, and then for Jimmy Butler to lead a team to the title, I mean, that'd be crazy.
I mean, I 100% agree with you. Like, as far as coming out of the East, I've been rooting for the Heat since they started showing like real signs of life in the first round. But it is fun to watch that team, and it is fun to watch Spoelstra do this without a LeBron, like a super stacked team. I agree. I don't want him to beat my Lakers, but if my Lakers continue to go through, that's going to be my pick, obviously, out of the West. But Denver is still a very good young team. So they Jamal Murray's scary, Joker's scary. They could go off if we slip some. It's an interesting little bit there.
Hey, Dupper.
You guys, what's up?
Yeah, I was just going to ask Dupper if he's been wearing that sweatshirt since the Knights lost. Have you taken it off yet?
Just one sweatshirt.
The one that you're wearing right now,
but I only replace it with other Knights sweatshirts and other Knights jerseys. That's it. That's all I wear. So
okay, I just wanted to know.
Go Knights go.
When are they starting the new hockey season? Did they say?
They're saying
the commissioner Gary Bettman
is a piece of shit.
Well, yeah, that too. But no, I think he said it could even start in January.
Why is he a piece of shit?
Just over the years, dude. He's been in way too long.
But worse than Manfield, worse than Adam Silver, worse than
it's Manfred, not Manfield.
Whatever.
Nobody's worse than Manfred. Just so you know, I can't. No, he's not worse than Manfred.
So,
all right, Dupper,
I would say
you ready?
The least terrible, and then the NBA is probably hoping for a Celtics-Lakers finals because that's going to be the biggest ratings draw for them, I think.
Yeah, bringing it back to the 80s.
It's not gonna. Well, it's only another 10-year gap, but yeah. Did you guys? Oh, so just before we jump into the FTMF, I need to say out loud for Albert because he actually called me out on this. Apparently, I jinxed his 49ers. when I made my Super Bowl pick as a repeat of last year. You want me apologizing, I think is what you asked for, but I just, haha, that's all I got.
Hey, Albert.
Very, very
And I'm gonna switch my Super Bowl pick to the 49ers and the Steelers.
Albert, fuck the Niners.
You know, I'm a Rams boy. That's how it happens. All right,
dude.
angry.
Monday night football. The first time that Allegiant Stadium is going to be used.
Have you
Yeah,
guys heard the Monday Night Football song or no?
No.
They did change it, yeah.
They changed it. They got rid of the dude.
Yeah, it's
that
stupid now.
Is it? I have not heard it, so I don't have an opinion. I know that they changed it, but the old one was so iconic.
Yeah.
I guess it was country music, so they don't want country.
No, I don't know what they were trying to do. I just it kind of sucked. It wasn't very good.
I've not heard the new one. I am curious. Maybe it's good. I don't know. But I felt like the old one was very iconic.
Well, I guess we'll find out tomorrow night.
Are you ready for some football?
Yeah, that's not there anymore.
No.
But yeah, no, get on your Raiders, man. I'm actually looking forward to seeing them play tomorrow. It's going to be fun to see the stadium.
Absolutely.
All right, that's all I got. Dupe, you ready to get mad?
Yep.
Take warning. The following segment is a personal view and opinion that may offend some. This is an independent opinion and should be taken as such. Put away your tissues and closed minds. It's time to hear the fucker out.
So I was going to do something around the coronavirus and misinformation from both sides, but this podcast has really opened my eyes up to something that might be more glaring, and that's sexism. Fuck these motherfuckers out there that just cannot respect their wives and the women in their lives for how strong and powerful that they are. Fuck these motherfucking guys out there that just feel like they cannot, they feel intimidated by women, by a strong woman who can challenge them. So fuck those motherfuckers. That's all I got.
Wow. All right.
Good job, dude.
Thanks, man.
No,
I feel passionate.
Thanks for building that up the entire episode by trying to make me look like a sexist asshole. So I appreciate that. Again, anybody that knows, or my wife, really, honestly, my wife knows, so I'm not worried about it. Let's get to the wrap up here, Josh. Say what?
Just because you voted for Hillary, it doesn't make it sexist.
I didn't vote for Hillary. I voted for Bill Murray. I've said this like several times. That was my vote last time. I'll never do that again. But yeah, I voted for Bill Murray. Anyways, Josh, what's your parting words?
Parting words. Fear the beard. Be good people.
Fear the beard. Be good people. Greg, or Dupe? Actually, I'd rather talk to Dupe.
Oh
wow. Okay. The one dude who's been talking shit about you all episode, and you're like, "Oh, Dr. Dupper."
Get him out of the way. That's all it is. I'm just trying to get.
Fuck you, Rick.
Duper, go
for the young people. For the one young person out there listening, Jeremy, take our advice from 20 years ago. You don't want to become us. Kind of reassess your life and look at things on a long-term basis, thinking that you're going to be around for a very long time, because you will be.
All right. Hey, Greg.
Dude, is it my turn?
Greg, I got a question for you.
Yeah, dude.
Before you give me your parting words, where can they find our podcast?
Thank you for asking, Rick, and thank you for allowing me to talk. Now I know how your wife feels when you allow her to talk. So we're not sexist people, I promise you that.
Just Rick is.
If you want to, yes. So if you want to find out where our lovely 75% of the members on this podcast are not sexist. But to find our podcast, simply go to takewarningpod.com. That's our website where you can find all the links to where you can listen to our shows on the audio front. Feel free to follow us on social media. We are on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Take Warning Pod. We also have a beloved YouTube page. So all of our episodes are also on YouTube for your viewing pleasure. And also on YouTube, we have it broken down by separate playlists. So if you just want to listen or watch the short little skits that we do, like Ask the Beard, we put a new one on there called Rick's Cookout, Future Cam, Rick Sells Out, Circle Jerk. You can also find that on there. Please continue the conversation on social media. We'd like to know your thoughts on everything from Super Bowl picks to how you think Rick treats the close ones around him, to Dupper completing sentences completely. Share your thoughts on PS5, and just keep up the conversation there.
Are you looking at your nails right now? We're thinking about how Rachel should be doing your nails for you.
No, I'm actually. I was just getting an update on the something I was watching. It's important. So, anyways, parting words for me. Fuck you all, because I'm not sexist. Again, if everybody knows, and I think I've already said it to anybody that knows me, rest in peace, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. That's a huge loss. We miss her. It's been 1,053 days since the Los Angeles Dodgers were cheated out of a World Series. And outside of that, Greg forgot to tell you guys, and I don't know why. Don't cook bacon naked, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, so don't cook bacon naked. And to go along with your Houston outro, Justin Verlander is now out for Tommy John surgery. So there you go. Karma's a bitch. Yeah, and just have a good week. Hopefully we can get an Xbox this week.
That's it. Trevor Bauer's the man. I just want to point that out too. Look it up. Oh, shit. There goes the mic.
You call me a saint, but you know I'm a stranger, all willing and able to do what you want. You think I'm a thinker, but I'm just a singer, all messy and pretty, just making believe. Boy, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling. Down to obscurity, don't let me ever be this alone. I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling. Shouldn't be trusting me, I could be making it all up, you know. I control, you don't know me. I'm a danger to myself. I control, you don't know me. I am fading unfelt. You look worried, and maybe you should be, 'cause this is a warning that I'm throwing out, 'cause I'm the worst player that ever won't play you, to mix up sweet words with the girl's sanity. Boy, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling. Down to obscurity, don't let me ever be this alone. I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling. Shouldn't be trusting me, I could be making it all up, you know. I control, you don't know me. I'm a danger to myself. I control, you don't know me. I am fading unfelt.
Thanks for listening today. We hope you enjoyed the show. Please subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcasting platform. Check us out at takewarningpod.com and look for us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We hope to see you in a couple days.